I do piano therapy in hospitals. And during COVID, I had a series of piano concerts in my driveway for the neighbors. 5 o'clock on a Sunday to get people away from the national news.
Michael Shugart loves music and as a child learned to play piano by ear. It helped him all through his life, through the tough times, through the pain and the trauma.
But I was a tormented kid as a teen. And because people were picking on me, and I didn't know why. I always knew I was different, but I didn't have a label for it.
Shugart grew up in an era when being a gay man had all kinds of labels, many of them derogatory. Even harder, he was a gay man in the U.S. Air Force. Being a medic in the Vietnam War was tough for anyone. Serving as a gay man long before Don't Ask, Don't Tell was a military policy was even harder.
And I'm not saying a positive attitude is going to pull everybody through, but it I think can help, and it's always been easier for me to go down that road than to be negative about adversities that have been put in front of me.
And those adversities were not from serving in the military. The hardest was yet to come. In the 1980s, Shugart fell ill with a brand new disease.
The bad news is you've tested positive for gay-related immune deficiency, which was a precursor to HIV and AIDS. And you will be dead in a year. I shared it with 3 or 4 of my best friends. I held out for a few months before telling my family because I knew they would be devastated.
But far from giving up, Shugart fought for his community, talking to kids in schools all throughout San Francisco about being gay, about having HIV. Appearing in the Wall Street Journal in 1990, talking about teaching about homosexuality in schools, diffusing violence by breaking down the stereotypes.
They said, well, you know, my cousin's gay or my brother's gay, and I never thought how bullying them might affect them, but now I do.
All the while fighting the disease, taking handfuls of medication multiple times a day.
And I said, I will prove you wrong, sir. I'm not going to give in to this disease. And I never did. I always had a positive attitude.
Shugart continued to fight, eventually meeting his husband as he had even the lowest of times.
This was our wedding day. We met in a bar in San Francisco. He was 19 years younger than me and was a shaman, a very interesting man. Why would he want to live with somebody so flawed? And he said, honey, we're in this together. We're going to fight this.
And fight he did. Moving to Sacramento, Shugart became a caterer, taking his positive attitude to another medium, food, with the support of his partner.
I like to do really interesting, innovative food. My late husband used to laugh all the time when I said, I can't stand pedestrian food. He said, pedestrian, is that somebody crossing a crosswalk? And I said, no, it's normal, predictable food.
Shugart says his late husband, his partner in all things, passed away from cancer of the tongue and lungs.
And I miss him like crazy, but his spirit is ever present around here, ever present.
Shugart's struggle didn't end there. He's a 2-time cancer survivor himself, but his spirit remains bright. He found love again, seeking solace working with his partner in the yard, enjoying the freedom of riding their motorcycles together. Music still ever present in his life, he began playing concerts for his neighbors during the pandemic. And knowing that his life as an openly gay man broke down stereotypes, educated and changed the lives of the kids who heard him speak and touched the lives of everyone around him.
I've come this far. I still have a few years ahead of me, hopefully at least 20 or so. I'm 70 now, and I've been through a lot, I've accomplished a lot, but I have more to do.
Lisa Gonzalez, KCRA 3 News.